Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of Sungmoo Heo. Thank you, by the way, for the commenter who recommended this artist. Yeah, I actually saw their work first. I was gonna say I did say thank you, but now I'm kind of taking it back. Um, but yeah, anyway, yeah, I did find their work first on X or Twitter, I believe. But all I remember were these sorts of like really high level renderings. I never remembered the inked part. I'm not even sure if they posted inks back then, or maybe it's just my faulty memory. But thank you for recommending this artist again. I think they really go well with the previous artists I reviewed, like Yoji Shinkawa, Mikamuse, stuff like that. And who's the other guy again? The guy who did shit. He also does a lot of inks. Japanese guy as well. Oh god, I'm forgetting. I will link all of the similar artists or recommended artists in the description below. But anyway, today we'll be focusing more on the inks because it's kind of what I've been fascinated by. Oh yeah, when it comes to the subject matter, it's also reminiscent of Okinawanogori, another artist I reviewed. In terms of like the fantasy stuff, I think Sung or maybe Heo likes also Sungmoo likes to I'm not sure if it's just fantasy, maybe some sci-fi here and there, I'm not sure. But I do see a lot of like horns, obviously a lot of women, female characters. And the proportions, if you just look at the face, it's very realistic, or it leans more on realism and it's less stylized. Although when it comes to the pose, it's definitely being pushed, right? But let's just go through each piece and see what we can gather. Obviously, it's right there. Oh yeah. Look at the variety of ink work, right? The way the shorts are shaded, it looks like it's a pair of like ripped jeans, but it's not like a full jean. It's like a short jeans, right? Um, I do like the way the black was done. It's not like filled in. I'm not sure if this is done traditionally. It looks like it at a glance, or maybe the brushes are just that nice. For example, if you look at the armor, it's not even that finished. Um, Maybe that's intentional. Who knows? But the face obviously very realistic there. Not much shading. This part right here should have been like a shadow, I believe, but I'm not sure why it was left out. Whenever you do concepts like this, it doesn't have to be like fully finished anyway, so that's kind of the cool thing about it. But I like the way the hair was done. It seems like it's not just a bunch of shapes, like imagine using a lasso fill tool, like in between the lights and the darks, there's sort of this gray, or it looks like a gray, but it's really just a bunch of a really thin brush strokes or ink strokes, right? So yeah, I do like the way the sleeves were done. It's done in a negative kind of way. I believe you start out with you could start out with black, or think about it in terms of like black, and then you just add in the highlights later on. So the only thing that's kind of shaded here is or it feels like there's like a value variation. Would have to be like the jeans, the shorts, and the hair, just a little bit. But I'm actually surprised about the amount of white being left in. Now this one, I think the pose, the composition, amazing, pretty cool. And it just makes things look interesting. I mean, I know artists who do like the one shot or one like standard sort of view where you see them like head to toe. It's almost like like a design sheet, right? Like an elevation sheet. But these types of like illustrations, they have like they could be posters if they just added like some color, or maybe they do a paint over. I mean, if you just look at Sungmoo Heo's like more painted stuff, more rendered stuff, I mean, this is how it starts, and then eventually they'll add in like the color and the paint over. I do like the blacks here. It's not again like a solid fill. It's sort of shaded in manually. I do like these two wings in the back. I like it. Reminds me of Jae Lee. I'm not sure if I think he's a comic book artist. The way he inks is very brushy in a way, like it's sharp and brushy, and it kind of reminds me, or Sungmoo kind of reminds me of Jae Lee a little bit. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. But yeah. Again, you don't have to render the hands are not rendered, the belly, the face not rendered. Although I'm interested as to how the lips and the eyes were rendered. It looks very soft. But I do like the variety, very heavy blacks, and then you have the sort of in-betweens where there's way more strokes. And then eventually you have like outline drawings. For example, in the top parts of these wings, they're just outlines. There's no shading, no rendering, no dark like fill-ins, right? I do like the underside of the shoe. You add some white there. Okay, I don't like that. Oh wow. This is kind of my thing actually. Yo! Wow. I love the hands, obviously. Look at them dogs. Interesting. I believe these beads, they were done in their own layer, and that layer has a property like a borderline property. I think you can do it. You can do that in Clip Studio Paint and Photoshop. I'm not sure what program they use. It does look like it was done manually, right? But I think it really is digital, and there is a bit of opacity in the inks, right? You can see the overlap here. I think it just adds a bit of like the natural look, right? If just one solid black, it just looks too strong. But yeah, loving the hands though. Folds of the skin, the foreshortening seems very realistic, and it's just obviously the pose is like yeah. Lots of ornamentation. It feels varied. Although I don't think it's because of the rendering. I think it's because of the ornamentation. Well, then again, you are rendering the ornaments, right? Like the beads, the bracelets, even the... I forgot what these are called. Like a lot of like Indian chicks and Arab chicks, like women, they tend... they usually do... It's usually colored brown. It's like a temporary tattoo of sorts. So I think that's where this inspiration comes from. Loving the ankle bracelets, by the way. Yeah. Oh, this one, this style of the face feels more stylized. Interesting. It's not as... I mean, it's still pretty realistic, but... Interesting. Very conceptual stuff. I'm not sure what this gray is. Watercolor? Like a wash effect. Reminds me a bit of Elisa. Elisa with her graphite like renderings or sketches. Oh, this one doesn't have as much rendering. You do have like a lot of folds, and it's illustrated by or carried by the shadows. But you don't see like a bunch of brush variety. Again, look at the way the top of the head is shaded. Is that a watercolor brush or something? I do see a bit of texture, right? I love the pose though. It's hard doing these sorts of poses because like how will the knee look like in this position? Obviously, use reference, right? And I think they have very strong shapes, which I do like. It's a bit more, I do see less curves. I think this artist leans more on like not sharper, but straighter lines. This isn't to say there are no curves. What I'm saying is, some people lean more on like curvier sort of lines. Some are more like straight. I think there's more of an angular vibe to the work of Sungmoo. Are these tattoos? Hard to say, or socks? Oh, the feet are nicely illustrated. It's hard to do this kind of position, like the foreshortening of the toes. Interesting. And when it comes to the hands or feet, you don't always have to draw the fingernails. Like it's already assumed it's there. I like this variety here. See, darks here, it's almost solid. Even though you can still see the strokes, it's mostly solid. And then you see like the in betweens here, where you see more of those like shaded lines. And oh, I love this. It's actually a bit thinner, like the in-betweens. For the main like stuff, like for example these like arm band, not bands, but sleeves of sorts or half sleeves, the pants. Look at how the lines are a bit thicker, and everything kind of inside is obviously going to be thinner, right? Interesting. Oh, look at the tricep. Oh my god. She's licking her blade. Oh wow. Damn, look at the. Oh wow. I'm not really a high heels kind of. I mean, they look good, but I'm not really like, I don't have a fetish for it. You know, I prefer these off. Wait, why am I sharing this information? Anyway. Oh, reminds me, oh, who's the other guy? I also reviewed their work. They do this kind of shading as well where you can actually see the strokes. Although their work, it's like Alex Palma. I think it's Alex Palma. They do have more of a graphite look. Sungmoo has more of an inked look, obviously, because there's way like darker values. Look at how the hands were done and the feet. It's angular, I think. Shapes. If you're trying to get good at your shapes, I think this Sungmoo fella or fillet is a good example or a good artist to study. And again, thank you for the recommendation. Oh, look at the folds of the this bag right here. Even the way the hair is rendered, lots of brush variety, reminds me of Mikamuse. Check out their work. Damn, I think this artist has a little bit of a yeah. And sorry to say, it's so complete. Like, is this even like? Can this be considered a sketch? I don't think so. I mean, it's pretty like solid and clean. Again with the gray. Let me just go back. Look at the knees. How was this done? Again, thin lines for the interiors. For example, in the outer lines of the legs, a strong line, right? But inside the shape, very thin lines. Holy shit. Look at the bottom of those soles. Oh. Yeah. Interesting. And they're not afraid to show like just the white. Because I feel like I would overcompensate and just... this one's colored. Racist! Whoa! Easy. Let's start here. Look at the way that... Oh, wow. I love these hands. They look so good, like foreshortened. You see this a lot in anime where the hand is sort of reaching out to you. Like, they just know how the folds are done, though. And by the way, if you look at how the lines are done, it sort of starts thin, but ends thin as well. Like, in general. You know, like, it's sort of like done in a very soft way. Kind of like if you've ever seen like an inker, like a comic inker, do their inks with like a very thin brush, like natural brush. They're kind of very delicate with the way they render, and their lines tend to look like the lines, let's say in the palm here. Very soft, very thin, and you can actually build up in a way the thickness by doing it over and over, but very gently. So, I guess obviously if we're doing digital, pen pressure, we need to work on our pen pressure settings too. Oh, cleavage. Is that an eyeball? Fuck. I like the hands though. I need to study this. And again, look at how shapy it is. Very angular. I see a lot of triangles, right? Yeah, check out the work of Adam Hughes as well. An American like comic book artist. If you look at their sketchbook, you can really see the focus on the shapes. And everything else is sort of rendered within those shapes. But before they even start rendering, it's just shapes. Oh yeah! Look at those toes. Oh wow. What are these called? They're kind of raccoons. I forgot. Oh, the shading is a bit different. Short strokes, goes around the form. It almost looks like an etched artwork, right? Damn. Let me just expand this a little bit. Oh my god. Obviously, I think you would need good reference for. Again, what is this gray? Is this pencil? It's hard to say, right? Oh, I love the negative look of the painting in the background. Even the details of the frame. Oh my god. Oh, it's so over. Even the belly button seems so soft. Oh, the abs are even kind of visible, but yeah, there's hardly any like lines. There's some kind of pencil effect happening here. And I feel like there's some sort of blur happening as well. Like a smudge thing happening. Oh my god. Okay, stop. Move on. Interesting. Oh, this one is just pure black, and then you add like the white folds or the wrinkles after. Oh, the hair is a bit more rendered, right? Interesting. Oh, I love the folds here. It's not just one stroke, right? Lots of just pure white and pure black. And then the most of the strokes, line work is in the hair, I think. Everything else is fairly minimal. Oh, interesting. On her knees, wearing some kind of like Aztec Chinese mask. Like if you've ever seen like a Mexican festival, like they do tend to like the skull things, yeah, or like Latino like culture, you know, like their celebrations, right? The skulls. Anyway, wow, the design is so intricate though, and it's very symmetrical. Wow, again those lips, it's very soft. Maybe it's a, I won't even guess. Oh yeah. Again, is that a line? It looks like it was like rendered with a pencil. Think Elisa again. You know how you render with a stump sort of like thing. There's no line work as much. Interesting. Look at how the toes are suggested, right? That's all you need. Then even the frills were worked on. Oh my god. How long did these take? I'm curious. Here we have her arcing her back. Oh, I love the folds here. Lots of like cultural sort of references. Especially the like traditional looking ones. Because there's so much like to render whenever you do these sorts of subjects, right? You can do a lot of like ornamentation work. Oh, look at the corner here, like the edge of this arm. Strong contour line, and within it, very thin lines, right? Oh. The face, it looks like it was done in pencil, very delicate. The lines are very minimal, very thin. Almost not even there, right? I like the abs. I do see some back and forth lines. Damn, those toes. Oh, I love those folds. Those wrinkles. Look at the variety. Very playful. Oh, these whites were done after. Look at that hair. Damn. They do render the face the same way, right? It's very soft and everything. Look. It's almost like a pencil drawing. Even the nose, it's so delicate. Oh, this one is colored. Ooh. I love that wolf in the background. Oh, really makes the character pop out, right? And even this pose, you're kind of seeing her from above. Wow. She's kind of like caring for the wolf, or kind of hiding. Not behind, but seeking the care of the wolf. Who knows? I do like the snow effect. As you can see, you can see these sort of white blobs or splatters that's supposed to indicate, suggest like it's snowing. Very interesting. She could be some kind of like Mongolian chick. Who knows? Like northeastern Asian, I'm thinking, right? One of those Kazakhs. I'm just guessing. I don't even know what country that is, but it's somewhere there. Over the rainbow, right? This would have to be one of my favorite pieces. Look at that. Oh, interesting. Is that supposed to be a tail in the background? Who knows? It reminds me of the Monkey King. You know, in the Chinese legends, they like doing this, or Lu Bu in Dynasty Warriors, right? Interesting. Again, thin lines within the main silhouette. In the outside, look at how rough that line is. Yeah, it's not like one solid clean line, but it's, you know, it has like there's a roughness to it, but it's like correct. And it does have a bit of texture, like it's not one clean line. And maybe that's why it looks a bit traditional that way, right? Oh, a bit of opacity here being added. This could be like you know, those see-through silky stuff. She could be like a dancer maybe. Oh wow, guess what's coming up, guys? Guess what's coming up? Oh no. Oh no, it's over. Amazeballs. Man, these toes are kind of long, aren't they? Grippers. Oh, the foreshortening of this toe, or these two. I'm not sure what these are. Could they be ornaments? Like they're kind of around the middle of the feet. Look at those lines. I love the textures. You have to zoom in though, because if you zoom out, hard to see. Although overall you will see that there is like a textured look to it. But I would recommend you zoom in. It just looks... Oh my god. Very strong shapes here. I'm surprised. Now these... the right foot seems more angular than the left one, right? I see way more curves in the left foot. Especially in the bottom, like the heel here and the toe here. Ooh. Oh yeah. And again, it's not overly shaded. Right? The only major black parts are like, I believe the black thing here is a tail of some sort. And this thing in the back, I'm not sure what it is, but... Oh, those hands look amazing too. Oh my god. Hopefully they post like a process video. Like a time lapse or real time video. So you can see like how these things are sort of made. Oh, by the way, side note, I just saw Okinawanogori post a very short kind of video. I think they may be planning to post more like process videos. Who knows? I'm very excited. So this could be like the thumbnail. Okay, stop. Oh, look at the proportion. It's so pulled up. Very armpit. Oh yeah. Are these tattoos or are they scars? It feels like it reminds me of Mahito from Jujutsu Kaisen. Interesting. Oh, look at the fang. Rawr. I'ma bite you. I do see some smudging happening here and there. The hands are amazing. It almost looks like it was done with ballpoint pen because I do see some splatter stuff. It kind of looks like bleeds. You know how you sometimes render with if you've ever rendered with a ballpoint pen, you will notice oftentimes it will bleed. Sure, it's kind of annoying, but it does have like a certain like vibe. I love the way the foot or this entire leg is foreshortened. Wow. Freaking cool, bro. The lips, line work, very thin line work. Right? It looks more pencil though. And the thing around the eyes, the gray, soft brush. Looks like it. Although it's very minimal. I think the inks they're like the main thing. right? Oh, the hairstyle is so uniform. Oh wow. Look at her. Oh yeah. Damn. Why you gotta do that? For free? Oh wow. I love the curves. Again, I don't see a lot of like the main shaded part here would have to be like the hair, where you see more of that line strokes. This part right here, it's just like it's almost empty. Except for these parts. The wings and the sleeves are kind of done in reverse, where the black is like the main thing, and then you add the whites for the highlights on top of it. Oh wow. The facial features look so realistic. And they're so consistent too. Like if you just look at the past artworks you've seen, it's done the same way. Right? Very softly done. And the rest is like comic-y manga-ish, right? Yeah, the only render, like the dashy kind of like back and forth lines, the hair and maybe some parts here. Damn. Okay, stop. Interesting. There we go. Oh. I like it. Oh. Even the way the netting was done. I'm not sure what these are called. I forgot. Shit. Nets. Anyway. Again, the face reminds me of Amidala, the Star Wars chick, the queen. Am I saying it right? Amidala. Like the makeup. Interesting. The legs here, especially the net part, it looks like it was done with a brush pen. Right? Yeah. Is that hair? Oh shit, are those horns? Wow, like antlers? Very interesting. Oh, she's like being attacked and her antlers are like protecting her? Oh shit, she's being... Like some of it got her in the back. Fuck. Oh, this is a very strong composition right here. Seeing it from above and oh, the rendering of those horns. Damn, the cleavage. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay, I don't like that. That's too violent. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Reminds me of Kim Jung-gi. He likes to do like a lot of the RIP, by the way. Like the tattoos. Look at that face. It's so rendered. Or like well sculpted, right? Damn, I need these brushes over here. Look at the way the underside of the hand is, the palm. Sculpted. The cigarette. Those lips. What they do. I like the way this one, the stretched out part. Look at how it starts thin, ends thin. It's done very like softly. Man, and you can really see the textures here. Again, look at the outer line of this arm. Solid, right? Some variety in terms of line weight, but it's mostly thick on average and way more thicker than the lines inside that overall shape. Look at this. Very thin, very minimal. Zaddy. Look at oh shit. Goddess of death. Yeah. Tribal chicks are the best chicks, right? Is that skin? I do think that's skin. Okay, that's kind of messed up. Oh, look at the underlighting. It's not just one black thing. Like you can see like in a white outline here, and then it sort of shades out. Like there's light behind her head. Interesting. Although that was done after adding in the blacks, right? Again, look at the variety. Oh Shit. I need this ink. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'll make my own. But it has to have this sort of effect. Very textury. Right? Even the birds in the background. This sort of design. This... I don't know, like a wand? Or a... like a religious, traditional kind of... yeah. Maybe it's to warn off like demons and shit. All of the hair is rendered just black for the most part. And again, the way the face is rendered, very soft, almost like a pencil sketch or rendering. If we go down, my brethren, there we go. Now this foot is a bit more shy, kind of hiding the toes, right? This one's a bit more open, like reaching out to you. See that? See this toe, this big toe? It's like a handshake or a toe shake, right? It's reaching out to you. Yeah. I also like this design where you wrap it like this thing, like stirrup leggings. I love how stirrup leggings look. I'm not sure why. On women, by the way. Or, you know. Enough. Let's move on. Jesus fucking... okay, anyway. Oh, this one's more graphic. Where it starts out with black. For example, the main sort of top for this maid, and then the dog as well. A Doberman? Looks like one. Interesting. I'm seeing a lot of like ideas that I could apply to my own work, especially since I'm, you know, really into the whole lasso fill tool in Clip Studio Paint. So just by looking at these sorts of artworks, like you can gain a lot just by watching, right? Like you are updating your visual library just by sniffing in the halftone texture. She looks like the Joker, or not Joker, Harley Quinn. Crazy vibes. Are those elf ears? Oh shit! What is this? It looks like a shadow, but there's like white stuff in there. Tattoo. You'll even see it in the shoe. And in the box. She could be like a messenger or a princess, like destined to carry this burden. Wow. Story. Yo! Reminds me of Inosuke. Wielding two blades. Oh, I love the foreshortening of the legs there. Oh, very meaty. Oh yeah. Although the way the face is rendered, it's a bit more inkish, less pencil-ish, like the previous ones we've seen. Yeah, I think we've gotten the gist of the work of Sungmoo Heo, Korean illustrator. So I do recommend you follow them on ArtStation. They also have, I believe, an Instagram, so check them out there. And maybe, I'm not sure if they have a Twitter or X as well, but if you find one, we'll post it in the description as well. So that's it for... oh, did I see this already? Amazing. Yeah, so that's it for this art review of Sungmoo Heo. Hopefully you learned something and enjoyed his work. And, you know, I do recommend zoom in again. You have to zoom in so you can see the textures. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.